Welcome back to Farming Across Africa. One farm, one story. Have you subscribed yet? If not, please do well and hit the subscribe button. Today we are in Carrier Achuma Mobieja district. Fankomare to be specific, and then Sujaman farm to be precise. We are a dynamic man, a versatile farmer. He's Sujaman that double as agroeconomics or agribusiness. So he's into cross and the animal. Tiene yaba ne poultry farm. Tiene no ba be din komo ahwe. Type of poultry farm be no wo. Nkoko be no wo. Management system be is it battery cage and I say deep litter system. Profit here saying oh here. How much capital do you need to start? From start to finish. They want to laying of eggs. This and many more will come up in our conversation. So yeah. What is your name?
Oh, my name is Asante Japan Samuel. I'm a military by profession.
Military by profession, and then agri businessman. Okay. So yeah, inspiration about saying branding me then I come by because more than say barras na mo di muduma na farming is where emu about say.
Oh yeah. No correct. As you can see everything you do, and interest.
Okay.
If you have interest in something, you try as much as possible to go into.
Okay.
Yeah, I was once wearing rabbit.
Okay.
So I realized that now animal rearing and crop farming, it has been part of me.
Okay.
So I have to continue. So that God been so good, do and do it well.
Okay.
So you can see, we are having a big farm.
Okay.
As you can see.
Okay, so that is passion in action. Develop their passion for it. That's why we are here today.
Yes.
Site selection, being original so out
Oh, no correct. See, this poultry farming, they are a little bit difficult. And sometimes to smelling and this pollution.
Okay.
So you have to get isolated
from.
Yes, so that at least you can start it. Because it will be a time the land hits town.
Yeah.
The neighbors will start complaining that you are disturbing them with your poultry feed, poultry, blah blah blah. So you have to get isolated area.
Okay.
So before the place would develop, that time now
you look for somewhere or you have gained whatever you wanted to gain out of it. Okay. We have developed a show where we can get the site selection. Site selection away from a krum yaba. At the chimney, yenya asasi bia ni betimi de aye poultry farm and I say your specific land be aye call for.
Oh yeah. Because so no waterlock area. Wow. Because say we project no and I say we to blocks ni ade no because of nsuo na waterlock no. You see some blocks no. I be start say bubu na nsuo fi asasi no.
Yeah.
So always you have to get at least maybe a hot dry kakra.
Okay.
For this program because kuko na do baby ona say no wetter. The place always smell.
Okay.
You know, you say waterlock area.
Okay. You was special mason for and as a carpenter for mo ya na say a carpenter ya or more hair no betimi a decide man
when them say structure ni there. Then should then need we be obi a said we any structure but at least I standard. You know, so who makes ni bi onima djuma bia na wo kire no said the onye o poultry farm structure na. I think so betimi aye depending say or qualified.
Okay. So you as a farmer, you are going to give out the measurement to you will mention that I need 1,000 beds per pen. So they are going to come by the measurement or you will give it out. So how do you combine that?
Yes, it depends the strength of you, the
farmer. Okay.
Somebody can decide to maybe I want to wear 500 beds.
Okay.
So 500 beds, you have how we construct the cage.
The cage, okay.
And if it's more than or if it's above 1,000 and over,
okay.
That one too, you know how to construct your cage.
Okay. Say your bobu ni wia. Me call ya na makofa emwana bana culture processes be na me de ebu ni be farm me ya say we is suitable for accommodation of the day old chicks.
Oh yeah. Because so we structure ni wia. At least you have to get your incubation room.
Okay.
Oh now, and I say brooding room.
Okay.
say ho na obe broodi nkokɔ no.
Okay.
Obe broodi omo for let's say 4 weeks.
Okay.
And some transfer omo do omo ba main cage.
Cage.
Or sometimes to obetimi ache ebuo no mu baabi. Now why you brooding no after brooding no you just take off the we now with the partition no and now say the dividing no.
Okay.
So that one it depends. So do we need enough space for
those
so be here brooding room here no. So
nti say oni brooding room na na say brooder house na ni buo no ankasa ontimi enserve as brooder house na later say moa no nyini a wa take off component or they come buy a man ye brooder house ontimi nye nsa.
Oh bet my possible.
Why be that?
Me nye be that.
Okay.
It was always now I have enough space.
Okay.
So I always try to take to them to their specific area. That's the brooding house or brooding room.
Okay.
So after the brooding, I'll just bring them back to the normal cages.
Okay. Brooder house no. Enye na sase say yenko ba wa eye. Okay. Brooder house ni nti characteristics be na ebo portray na ehun say we brooder house e betimi a community nkoko no ye ne say.
Okay. Brooder house or brooding room. Normally how we do the normal cage, our ventilations near more no. Brooder house no, it's not like that.
Okay.
But brooding house no, you are going to set heat.
Okay.
It's so many open say normal cages now.
Okay.
So always in brooder house no, I na your ventilation way na ketewa bi.
Okay.
So that be at least the little heat now be providing no. A bit me accumulate na aboa best because when the best comes out, you see they are not having feathers.
Okay.
So far as their mothers too are not with them to cover them, you are providing the heat.
Okay.
So if that's the case, then you have to get enclosed area so that if the little heat you provide, it can be sufficient for them.
Heat. Men ko peja bonfire na ye mo heat ni wo ma na say ye nya ne say.
No. We have some pots.
Okay.
Which we use to provide the
heat.
The heat.
Okay.
And it depends depending the size of your brooding room.
Okay.
Brooding room, if it's not big enough, you can set 5 or 6 pots.
Okay.
So that at least you will cover the places so that the heat will just be inside the cage and provide it for the best.
Okay.
So
okay. So doing that, how often man I say brooder house up to when and you be decide man.
Oh, okay. Like I've already said.
Okay.
You see, when the birds are coming, they are not coming with their parents.
Okay.
So you are serving as a parent.
Okay.
To take care of them. So before they will come, you have to even prepare for them.
Okay.
An hour or two for their arrival. Set the heat, a standard heat for the birds.
Okay.
So that if they comes, they will not find one thing.
That brooder house, when we visited some of the farms, we saw some of them putting this MP3, playing music in it. What is the essence in that?
I've not done some before, but me too, my own way of
doing that.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you are trying to keep the birds active.
Okay.
Some do even clap.
Okay.
When they enter, you see them clapping so that at least it will alert the birds that maybe somebody has come inside the cages.
Okay.
So I'm sure to this thing we are talking about, it also keep them on their toes. It alerts them.
Okay. Keep them active, or they will be resistant to any noise that will be familiar to them. So when in the near future, when they hear some of they will be conversant with it. When they arrive at the shelter, what are the process they go through before you put them in a brooder house?
Okay. You see, you have to prepare. Because everything you do, you have to prepare.
Okay.
You can't just wake up one early morning or whatever and
you are
even go in
them.
Because you are aware that today or tomorrow you are expecting this
Bex. Okay.
So you have to disinfect your brooding room.
Okay.
You have to level the place or fill the room with sawdust.
Sawdust. How often they change sawdust?
Sawdust, it depends. Maybe from 3 weeks going, you can change your sawdust.
Until omojiuska and answer the chow.
Oh, see the poultry farming is so among for so then shut down tone sawdust. But the omo yen say, I go uncle no be as says what that. Maybe also be a man kakra na me fine.
Now, battery cage and so how often are changing or more droppers cleaning way?
And so similar to in
Yeah.
so it's cut across.
Okay.
You change this one, you change this one too.
Okay. One.
Some even put graphics.
Okay.
So that the birds will walk on it.
Okay.
They will eat. No, but me, I've not done some before.
Okay.
I will just put my sodas. I will just spray inside for this insect and those they will die because if the ants and insects are inside the sodas, maybe they will start disturbing the
best.
Yeah, the best. So we have to prepare in all respect.
Okay. First day no, aduane ben na yede ma emoa no na yehu se de empanifo ni di no bia na yede ma won na say we change their feel from there.
We have broiler starter.
Okay, broiler starter.
Or the gadus.
Okay.
But as the gadus is expensive, most of them go in for the broiler starter.
Okay.
With me, I always start with the gadus.
Okay.
So that after 1 week or eight days, I will start with the broiler starter.
Okay. Starting with the broiler starter, from normal day, how many times do we feed the day old chicks or chicks?
You see, you can't even put the feed inside the feeders and just leave.
Okay.
You have to be giving them small.
Okay.
So small time you have to go and visit them.
Okay.
And keep them active.
Okay.
So if you put the feed too much inside the feeders, waste the feed.
Okay.
So at least you have to be feeding them small.
Okay.
And be visiting them.
Okay.
So anytime you go and you realize there is no feed inside the feeders, you have to top up.
Okay. It say emoa no omo nyini. Management system no. Battery cage system, any deep litter system, who combine on me experience wise.
Yes, sir.
Which one is the best?
You see, sometimes even if you go to hospital, doctors even advise you to do exercise.
Okay.
Because if you do exercise, it
Okay.
always keeps you active. Exercise is good.
Okay.
Deep litter, you see the birds flying all over.
Okay.
They are exercising themselves.
Okay.
But as compared to the battery cage, they are always inside the cage.
Okay.
They are always inside the cage.
Okay.
So in everything there is always advantage and disadvantages.
Okay.
So the deep litter system, advantage for the deep litter system is that they are always active.
Okay.
They are always moving up and down.
Okay.
That one there is good.
Okay. Choosing the battery cage and the deep litter system, which one will you choose?
You see, one, the battery cage is expensive.
Okay.
So most of the farmers can't afford to buy the cages.
Okay.
The deep litter is expensive, less expensive. But the battery cage system too, it has a less labor force.
Okay.
Because the work which, like, it will take 3 or 4 people to do at the deep litter system. Only one person or two can do it inside the battery cage system. Everything, we have the advantages and the disadvantages.
From there, you don't be ban. Open brebe, ne was you changing one day and say, Diana with the starter no, you changing alcohol, baby, another stage. More anything, a brebe.
Okay. I depend. Sometimes you want to cut a cost. Ebia oduru level bi na timi say bia sabe no ohu yakomu a you try to change it fast. But if not nka day 1 up to day 8 no, you can give them the gadus.
Okay.
Like from day 8 up to, let's say, 3 weeks or 4, like let's say 5-6 weeks, you can put them on the broiler starter.
Okay.
Just to build them. Because you see, if we're even building and the foundation is not strong, you see, you lose.
Okay.
So at least Anka is advisable for you to put them on the broiler starter.
Okay.
Like 5 to 6 weeks.
Okay.
If possible 7 weeks. Then you change to grower.
Okay.
So
until from day 1 to 7 weeks. Say anso na me changing na, what is the consequences? And I say so ben e de beba anso na ma changing one duane.
Oh, nothing is going to happen. Sometimes you just check your strength. That's your financial.
Okay.
That maybe from this time to this time, no, this is what I have to do.
Okay.
But in the right way, no, you have to give them the guidance, like, if possible, 10 days.
Okay.
And after 10 days, you change it to the broiler starter.
Okay.
So after the broiler starter, you go to the grower.
Okay. Until grower and the next TSC. Until from 1st to 8 weeks, near changing one adiane no. Until from another 8 to 10 a base changing adiane no.
Another 8 that from day 1 to 8 days.
8 days.
Yeah, Gadus.
Gadus.
From 8 days to 5 weeks.
5 weeks, okay.
That's 5 weeks will be like
starter, grower starter.
Yes. You
Okay.
give them the grower.
Okay. And then another stage, from when to when?
Yes, that's from the grower. When they will eat at 13, 14, if possible 15 weeks.
Yes.
That's where you realize that they are picking. So you have to give them the pre-layer.
Okay. Okay. Into pre-layer, so you be feeding on how up to when?
Pre-layer and so like from the 12 weeks or the 13 weeks, as you've ended, no. From pre-layer, no, they will just eat it like 3 weeks.
Okay.
Then you put them on the layer.
Layer, okay. Next, type of feed ben as company ben what suggest say people will go for and I say if be
For the feeding need here. Obi to me decided say maybe I will turn prepared one.
Okay.
You see, maybe from Agricare, from Boris B Farms,
Kujis.
Yes, CL72 pence.
Okay.
And some too can decide to prepare it themselves.
Okay, so here no, say prepare and I say.
Now Boris B has been supplying me the feed.
Okay.
And I'm okay with the feed.
Okay.
Everything is going on well. After the contract
expire.
Yes, expired.
You know what to do next. Either continue or prepare by yourself.
Prepare myself. Yes.
Okay. Drinking. You who say battery cage or more a connected via kama automatic. Inti enono. Then or mutu who say insuring no more.
You see, birds they are very sensitive. That's why we've provided it in a red nipple.
Okay.
Because you see, they are very curious.
Okay.
So if they see that red, they will try to touch it.
Okay.
And if they touch it and realize that the water is dripping, yes, they will just maintain the
okay. So whenever
that's why we use the red. Because if it were to be white like the drink the pipe, I'm sure hardly for them to identify the nipple.
From day one I don't up to date being on I production.
It depends. Okay. Some maybe from 16 to 17 weeks.
Okay.
You can see your golden egg.
Okay.
And some too, it will be like from 18 to 20 weeks.
Okay.
Depending.
Okay.
If you are fortunate, you'll get to the 60 weeks.
Okay.
If not, but by 20 weeks, they are less. You have to
your criteria we are the go. Am I on say one follow the a bedroom 20 weeks and an in 20 weeks and now say all things be equal no there. Maximum 20 weeks.
Oh yes. You see, it depends on the feeding, no? Because if you don't use the right tool for the right work, you end up losing. From day one, you have to follow the principles.
Okay.
You have to follow the principles, and you will see through.
Okay. Capital. How much do we need to start poultry farm? Say we are may start saying na me who say we are on the right track. May start 250, 100, 10,000, 20,000. Oh yeah, the same.
As you see, as a beginner or somebody who is about to enter the agribusiness or the poultry farming or farming in general, you have to know your capital. Okay. Because you can't go in for 2,000 best once you know definitely that maybe you are not having that enough capital for them. Okay. So at least you have to check. Okay. So if you see or if you know that maybe if I go in for 200, I'll be okay with them before they start laying out. Okay. Fine. If not, you end up on the road. You even wish to open them to go so that you get a free you'll be free-minded. Yeah. You have to check yourself before you just mentioned that I want to go in with 1,000 bed, 500 bed. It depends on finances. Disease control, pest and disease. Yeah, more consult veterinary for and answer more anything. As a beginner, there are some things if you see it becomes strange to you. Okay. But by so doing consistency, you get to know maybe the type of sickness the bird has contained now. Yeah. So beginning, you have to consult your elderly people who have gone in for this poultry farming. Okay. So if it happens like that, you don't even need the veterinary as much as because as I'm talking to you now, I can do it myself. Okay. I can vaccinate them, I can inject them, I can debic them. Okay. Anything I can do because of experience you have. Yes. So we should follow who know road. We will call it the poultry farm godfather. That always you consult. When
whenever you encounter any problem. Okay. How often you feed one per day?
The feeding need it depends. Because if you feed them in the morning, at least in the afternoon you have to go just we have something called constant rubbing of feed.
Okay.
You have to go there, you have to rub the feed.
Okay.
So that at least by them eating the feed, you see that there will be a holiday, that's a spaces inside there. The
Feeding
feeders.
intervals.
Yes, so you have to rub it so that all the feed will settle inside the feeders so that all the birds can eat.
Okay. So yaba adiache. Time ben ne time ben na was feed aboa no. Wa be settle time and as your specific time be na was o the mom per day.
No be necessary because at least 7 a.m. in the morning you have to feed them. You have to feed them.
First feed.
First feed.
Okay. And a second feed.
Second feed is so 5 p.m. in the evening.
7, 5.
At least you have to feed them.
Okay. How many times may you kushiawa?
It depends. As you are collecting your eggs, you turn and realize that even eggs is at your back. Yes. Okay. So if you consider that one too, you'll be inside the cage without even moving. Okay. Whilst you are moving, some two are laying. Okay. So you have to take the ones you think is inside the cage and go. Okay. And give yourself some time, maybe an hour or two. Okay. And come and collect the remaining ones. Okay. So the collecting of the eggs here, it depends on you. But if you don't collect it on time, because since this thing is a battery cage, as some of the eggs are coming, you see, because it rolls and stop. Yeah. Because if some of the eggs are there, as it's rolling, it will hit the other one, and you see gravity or something. So if it hits this one now, you see this one to also move it. Yeah, force of gravity. Yes. So before you realize, the old one will fall into. Okay. Okay, because you call other farms or once say a bussy, I will call a bussy, and a day you bet me in Crucia 4 towns, 3 towns. A hard year, anytime be alpha. Yeah, anytime we are working 247 years. Okay, battery cage and a deep litter. 8,000, see her now 8,000, see her. A moody henna per day, a producer, Nina, we white level, we see a white level, 1,000 battery cage deep litter. Okwa then unya kusia pa and it depends because the legon the white legon they don't even disappoint. Okay, if they are laying they will just give you almost 98%. Okay, as compared to the brown layers. Okay. So irrespective of management white legon to change the brown layers but I be and your more characteristics but the advantage inside the white legon, they will help you to get your money. Okay. But at the end of the laying cycle, yes, if you are selling you will not get money as compared to the brown layers. Because the brown as they are laying, they are putting on more weight. Okay. As compared to the white. Okay. As the white two are laying, they are decreasing, diminish. Okay. 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 Leg in there, I can't go for yes. But after reselling, we know advantage same way. Into our brand, into total farms or how many stock do you have here? Okay, the new ones they are 4,800. That's the new ones. We have grown-ups, okay, which are laying. They are now 1 year. Okay. They are that one. They are 1,700. 1,700. Okay. And the new ones too. They are 4,800. 4,800. So in all, we have over. You get like 7,000, something like that. Okay, it is 7,000 best. Abiachi. Because we feed you on one mix it uni and in a bottle saying and a bag is saying between a consume a day. Okay. You see the big ones, they always eat 5 bags a day. 5 bags a day. And the new ones too, they eat 7 bags a day. Hey, so a total is 12 bags a day. 12 bags? Yes, sir. Each and every day. In Kusiano, a day, 7,000 or 6,000 best. Yes, pretty Kusiasan a day. See, where they just started laying. Okay. So that one they are now coming. So you can't justify the number of eggs you
Okay,
can
but
take.
average, say experience wise, no. Repetition about to win him say what true you on true you win him there. When sabit me
Okay, if they start laying and everything go
all things being
perfect,
equal.
yes, we have to at least, as the grown-ups are giving us 49 crates
A day.
this one too, we are expecting them to give us at least not less than 96 crates a day.
96 crates.
Yes,
4,800.
800.
Vaccination, so more anything.
Vaccination to as this one's no more 4,000, you have to buy 5 doses.
Okay.
Because each dose contain 1,000.
Okay.
So if we are doing the vaccination, you have to buy 5,000, 500, 5 doses.
Okay.
So you always buy 5.
5 doses. Okay. Nti yanya vaccination na we. Ebrebe na o schedule for vaccination say every day na obey na say we hear say symptoms be na obehu say also me call for vaccination.
Now, okay, you see the vaccine there, as you brought them day one.
Okay.
You have to do your first gumboro.
Gumboro, okay.
Yes, from the first gumboro, you have to do your first Newcastle. From your first Newcastle, you have to do your second gumboro. From the second Newcastle, you have to do your second Newcastle.
Okay.
So that will be 4 weeks. So after the 4 weeks, 5th week, 6th week, you have to do your foul pulse.
Okay. And at 20 weeks, and I say 16 weeks. 16 weeks in also. Yenya first go DS. E kwan ben so yenya ya yenkoche and I say yenya no say yenkofa nkosi yenya no say na ya hu say from pullet na ye koton. Mo ye no say that transition no.
How normally my body eggs I just hide it for memorable.
What this year?
Okay. My first consignment I put it somewhere.
Okay.
And the second one too. And God being so good, of all the workers, I'm the first person to see my body eggs.
Okay, always. Okay. Are na say we between on say.
You see me, I work tirelessly. I'm always on alert.
Okay.
I'm always inside my
once a soldier, always a soldier, irrespective of any field.
I'm always on my feet. I'm always going up and down. So I do advise my workers to be always on alert because you wouldn't know as and when you will be required.
Okay.
So I'm always prepared.
So how much a beginner should expect say bia me wo misika my the 1,000 I business now. Me expect saying in the end no. Has there been a case say we you know 1,000 in 16 weeks, 20 weeks yanto. What who be that?
It's me basa. It's me who be that. You have to follow the principles.
The feeding chart.
Yes. So if you follow the principles, hardly you seen such complaints.
Okay.
You understand? So always you have to be like do the right thing.
Okay.
And even although anything at all can happen, but if not the 16 weeks by 17, 18, no, you have to expect
your golden eggs. Yes. Okay. Where do you sell the eggs?
I'm having customers from nearby villages and nearby towns.
Okay.
And sometimes I do send them to Tema.
Okay. In Kokwato, so German fans, in Koko Kusuyago, Ubi say on to Kusian. One who be that?
Oh, it's missy.
The whole Kusian will be asking.
Yes. And Yamre say betting Yabasa, but Kusuya, you see, it's a perishable item.
Yeah.
So you can't keep it as long as so always you have to try as much as possible for the customers to come for them.
Okay.
Because if you keep it 2-3 weeks and above, you see you will encounter this thing. Okay. But I always try to talk to my customers. So always
a quan ben so now be fast one who say because you are one crate one CD and 2 CD we understand.
You see, because of the battery case system, sometimes if you go to the market and you do comparison with other X, you see battery cage is perfect.
Okay.
I quite remember I went to the market, I saw a woman selling eggs, but you can check how the eggs are very dirty. You see, it's not attractive.
Okay.
You understand? But our battery case system and this thing, always the eggs are very attractive. So if they see such eggs now, they like,
rush to
yes. So the battery cage system, it makes your eggs very
unique.
nice, yes, and neat.
Okay. Ebreben na ubewura buomu a oyam hyew pa say eh adwuma ade chiam pe ba bia.
Oh, it's messy because
Ebreben is then
it's sometimes you encounter maybe a micro infection or infection. But recently I encountered.
Okay.
When I came, I see my birds dying.
Hey.
My eggs very soft, and the birds too are eating the eggs.
Hey.
You see, it wasn't easy. Because me or 4 people taking like 48, 49 crates. To go to a time, I was even struggling to get 29 crates.
Hey.
It was very serious. I realized that maybe the feed was lacking
Okay.
calcium.
Okay.
So I added that calcium to my feed and I put them on medicine.
Okay.
So I was able to
overcome
the problem.
Okay.
But it wasn't easy by that time.
Nti eba ya no wo ye wo sen.
Oh,
ore ho se jaya na.
Oh, no, untimi njai because you check how you've invested in such this thing. You can't just quit. You see, if you quit now you lose.
Okay.
You see.
Okay.
So at least you have to find a solution. Well, it wasn't like that.
Okay.
You have to find a solution why such has happened.
Yeah. Okay. It ebreben so na anigye ba say oh we die na me expect 49 na 70 crates me call ye no anigye aba so ebreben ya.
Ebrenu ye bra I overcome that problem because that problem no go to a time now the customers they do complain.
Okay.
Even over top we ni kura kusua na onpenduru no although they na before now the road was very bad.
Yeah.
And kusua na kasa no so yemre.
Yeah.
Nti no abobo ya o whatever no enya no pampampan na wo mi koduru no. We see them calling so jama because you know abobo blah blah blah. You see, so I always encourage them that it's a problem I encountered. So I'm also trying to
solve it.
So it was easy. So after I solved and I'm Musa Fekran after no Musa Fe X ni mukura san peja.
Okay.
And why then even ukukura who said
okay. What are the biggest challenger when you're on poultry farm? Biggest
biggest challenge. I mean, day one I'm starting hygiene.
Okay.
Day now money arriving. I was not having any electricity.
Okay.
And money bedroom. That day so I wasn't having anybody to assist me.
Okay.
Alone. So setting fire, fanning the scene for it to light.
Okay.
That day so it rained. So the place was very cold.
Okay.
That day. In fact,
now I ran.
Not Buradu, but I said it myself. Say the master thing there.
You have to finish. Okay.
See, that's the Ipa me kai say challenger me kai the one. It wasn't easy.
All the pros and cons, analytical analysis, SWOT analysis has been done. How many years experience in poultry farm? 9 years experience in poultry farm.
Yes, sir.
Obi jina baby no catch us a poultry farm among high risk businesses e wo Ghana ha obedi atuma na say woni
mejitum
e na wo ye
mejitum because life you see we take risk. Life we take risk to do
and yet that's risk we are classifying as high risk businesses Ghana poultry farm is among
yes
into ko bank ko pelo omuma
because easy you see. And one I will do a mobile, anything at all can happen. You didn't know, even a broker or quarter the baby. No. Say that maybe the bro has been poisoned or you don't know. But you
hang everything on to hope. Say a baby.
So risk. Even a bianico you know. Some will eat and finally choked by the food they ate. Risk that a bianina midi, so everything is okay.
Okay. Poultry farm will be a north in the Sika Bishima. Oh, Sika wenya and then Faswa wenya. We check bibia wi a obe advice say woni pakro ne mra na say on pescan ko ye treasy be.
Oh, you see it depends you
we develop interest no but pay advice expect advice from you.
I will advise the person to go in for the poultry farming because it's a good business, you understand? Depending if you get the right people. Me, I'm always alert. I'm always working with my workers. Always, you understand? Yes, if it happens like that, you are not a good leader.
Yeah.
As a good leader, you have to
also
set.
set
So if it happens like that, you will sail through. But if you At the end of the day, you see that nothing has been done.
Okay.
And you will lose.
Okay.
No work, he has not lost anything.
The best thing
even
you can
today,
do to fire them.
Yes, today, if all the best die, he can decide to carry his small bag and luggage and go.
Yeah.
Who has lost here? It's me.
Okay, yeah. Nti obi wa broche no say opese oba no be investment in bia. On family or maybe.
Oh yes, the person can decide to.
One last advice I will give to a beginner or person oba poultry farm
So for me, the piece of advice I will give to a beginner that one, it's not easy.
Okay.
They have to get the hope that it shall be well.
Okay.
And take the risk that it shall be well.
Okay.
So whenever he or she starts, you have to be vigilant, hardworking, and
everything will be
everything will be successful.
Yeah, that must say my video up to this very end. Yeah, that for to say yeah, this with your mind be back on screen. So no, I bet you a different type of farming he is into.